Hey, what is up, everybody? I am Jason, and you're watching my channel, Micro Investor. So in this video, we're going to be talking about two different 3D printing stocks. One of them is Nano Dimensions, ticker symbol NNDM, and the other one is Desktop Metals, which is going to be going public through a SPAC merger, a special purpose acquisition company called Trine Acquisitions, ticker symbol TRN. Now, both these stocks are very unique in their own different way, as Nano Dimension specializes in making printing circuit boards is one of the main things that it does, and it can do all the conductive parts on it as well. And Desktop Metal, they are a 3D printing metal printer. So that's another really cool thing because that can do prototypes and things for the car industry and other things. So a lot of interesting manufacturing parts for both these things. But one of these stocks in particular I do like more, but I think they're both really great stocks. Now we're going to cover all that in this video. So if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor and please be sure to smash, destroy, and annihilate that like button because it does help me out with the YouTube algorithm and it helps spread this video to more people that might find it interesting. And also subscribe if you have not already. Now let's get to this. So let's start first with Nano Dimensions, and just keep in mind that the market cap of Nano Dimensions is $216.9 million. So this is not a very big company at all, and it is still very much a penny stock and does have a lot of volatility, which we'll talk about too as well. And just looking at the volatility here, you can see that the stock did spike up quite a bit just before October, and then it came down a little bit, and then it spiked up really big here in the middle of October, and then it trickled down, a little bit of spike there, and then it came down a lot going into November, and it looks like it's getting ready to have a little bit more of a rally right now. Now, over the last 52 weeks, the stock has been trading between 51 cents and $6 a share. And just to get an idea, let's look at it over the past year of the performance here. It does get these really big spikes. That's something actually I'm cautious of for this company, just to make that clear. But as you can see, it had one in May here. Looks like it was sometime in May around there, and it spiked up really big there. And it just seems like it keeps doing that. It's like the trend of the stock that it goes up. So this is definitely one to be buying on the dip. Sounds like a Trine Acquisitions is going to be merging with Desktop Metals. As you can see, when it was announced, when they were going to be doing the merger back in August, the stock was trading for around $10 a share, which is how these SPACs usually start out at. And look at the volatility here. It did shoot up quite a bit, come down, shoot up quite a bit, come down. It kind of just did that, where it did hit its peak here. It looks like in middle of September. And now it's trading closer to where it was announced that they started the merger, closer to the $10 range at $10.49 at the time of filming this video. Now, the 52-week range, the stock has been trading between $9.40 to $12.99. But I really do like seeing where the stock is currently sitting at. We're not buying into it at a price that is much higher than it could possibly be worth. So this is Nano Dimensions 3D printer that they sell. This is the Dragonfly, which uses AME technology, which is additive manufacturing electronics technology, and it allows them to be able to make traditional printed circuit boards with the conductive part on the circuit board where everything can be added to it. So to get a little description of it, our Dragonfly AME machines controlled by AI algorithms produce electronic devices by simultaneous 3D injection of dielectric and conductive materials to fabricate within hours. So high performance electronic devices, sensors, antennas, capacitors, converters for unique geometries and complex devices. We develop and produce proprietary consumables, chemicals, inks in our AME machines. All are mission critical and economical for our customers. So the big reason why companies would be interested in buying one of these Dragonflies is it would allow them to be able to do rapid prototyping, and it would reduce cost by being able to do it in-house, and it will eliminate assemblies from being able to have to do it for them. Another good thing that this could do is that these companies that have this, they don't have to have somebody in-house to make these designs. They can have somebody else design it, on the other side of the world and send those files over. The future will allow business models based on part licensing, eliminate the need of sending physical parts. So we'll get back to Nano Dimensions in a couple minutes and talk about their financials and such. But now let's take a look over at Desktop Metals and take a look at their products that they're offering. So Desktop Metals has a few different printers that they are offering. They have their fiber printer, which prints continuous fiber reinforced parts with aerospace grade AFP tape, and that is scheduled to start shipping in volume Q4 of 2020. So it could already be shipping, or it's going to be shipping soon, hopefully. But this is not a metal printer. Now their metal printer here is their studio system, and this is office-friendly production of prototypes and low-volume end-use parts. Shipping for this started in volume since Q4 of 2018. So this has been out for a little while, and that's a great thing. This is for prototypes, so this is not a mass production printer. Then they have their shop system, and this is also a metal printer and a serial mid-grade production of dense customer-ready metal parts, and that is scheduled to start shipping in volume Q4 of 2020. Now, same thing with their fiber printer. Hopefully this is already out, or it is coming out soon. And then they have their big boy here, their production system, with high-speed mass production of metal parts designed for factory floor, and is scheduled to start shipping in volume the second half of 2021 at select customers today. So this is supposed to be like a mass production thing. So this is going to take it from being able to print prototypes and being able to actually do the full-on scale of high production work. Now let's look at the financials of the two companies, and we'll start first with Nano Dimensions. We'll see that they have cash and cash equivalents of $39.66 million and total assets of $66.4 million and a total liabilities of $8.8 million. So they have a pretty good amount of cash and assets compared to their total liabilities. If we look at their income for the first 6 months of 2020, we'll see that their revenue was a little bit less than $1 million, and that they spent a lot of money on research and development, which was around $3.6 million, sales and marketing, $1.7 million, general and administrative expenses, around $2 million, and a total comprehensive loss of $10.3 million. Now, Nano Dimensions goes into detail of where they see the compound annual growth rate of their industry going, but they don't share any information as far as where do they see themselves going, so I see that a little bit of a flaw in their presentation. Now, since Nano Dimensions' last earnings reports that they put out, they have offered even more shares, so we don't know the exact number of how much cash that they actually have on hand, but we're just going off of information that we have right now, but more than likely it's a lot more, and that's just something we're going to have to wait and see until that information comes out. Now let's take a look at the financials of Desktop Metals. In 2019, they had a revenue of $26.4 million, and they're expecting to have less revenue in 2020 for obvious reasons, with the pandemic obviously taking an effect there, but then they see revenue continue to grow after that, and by 2023, they see themselves being a profitable company by then with a 200% compound annual growth rate. So now let's look at the transaction of the merger between Trine Acquisitions and Desktop Metals. So the transaction structure: Trine Acquisitions Corp. is a publicly listed special purpose acquisition company with $300 million in cash, $275 million PIPE commitments before transaction announcement, the valuation $1.8 billion enterprise value with a strong balance sheet, implied 1.9 times 2025 estimated revenue of $942 million, offers an attractive valuation relative to peers average. So that's what they're expecting to have by 2025, $942 million revenue. So capital structure: pre-transaction Desktop Metal is already fully funded to achieve a positive self-sustaining cash flow profile. So Desktop Metal is already fully funded here. Post-transaction, $625 million on balance sheet. That is absolutely amazing. Enables significant opportunity to enhance growth, profitability, and diversification. Now, looking at both these companies, I know they're both very similar in some ways, as they both make 3D printers that they sell. But one makes 3D printers that makes metal parts, and one makes 3D printers that makes electronic components. So they're different in that way, but very similarities in the customers that they do attract. Now, they both are for the automotive industry, they can do space exploration, and they can do many other industries as well. Now, as Nano Dimensions has a lot of institutional investors like ARK Invest that are buying up shares of their company, you got to think about it. ARK Invest is not really buying any sort of large holding of Nano Dimensions. Now, as far as it is with Desktop Metals, now Desktop Metals is not a publicly traded company yet. I mean, they're going to be merging here very soon. And who's to say that ARK Invest is not going to be buying up shares of Desktop Metals as well? And then a lot of people are going to be talking about Desktop Metals. Now, the thing is, Desktop Metals does have a lot of big companies that are already their customers, and they also have a lot of very big investors, like Ford and BMW are investors into Desktop Metals, as well as Google and many other companies as well. So even if you look at their board of directors, actually, you'll see that their board of directors has somebody from Ford and somebody from Google on there. So the management of the company is really big, and also Chamath Palihapitiya from Social Capital is also an investor into Desktop Metals. So there's some big names that are involved with Desktop Metals. So for that reason, I like Desktop Metals a lot more. They just seem like they're more on the right track. They have a better understanding of where they see their company going, which is really big for me. That I like seeing that. So, anyways. That's the stock that I like a lot more out of these two. So I'd like to hear your guys' opinions. Which ones do you like more, Desktop Metals or Nano Dimensions? Anyways, so as always, everybody, like, share, comment, and subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next video coming very soon.